getting 20, 30,000 visitors a month for that search term. So anything up to 100,000 a month, follow our advice, and if you're not there in 3 months, we will give you not just once, but double your money back. So that is putting our money where our mouth is, because yeah, we are pretty confident. And this is the first ever release of this information. It's a special for you guys only. You're the first guys ever to hear this. We've never put this out in public, and this is for you alone. And this price is for you alone. So not $5,000 for your own private backlinking network, but $297. And then the $17 a month that follows is just the ongoing tick-over costs of managing the virtual machines. We'll be adding new sites to the network, and so $17 a month ongoing costs for continued access. It will be $497. The price for this, if we sell it outside, we're going to sell it for $497, and if we sell it to other affiliates, we're going to sell it for $497. So there's a webinar-only price of $297, which I'm sure you'll agree. I mean, tell me if you think that's fair. Access to a private backlinking network, which you can use as your own, that costs us $5,000 to put together. Is that a fair price? I've got a yes from Matthew. Very fair, says Barry. Cheapest chip, says Chris Clark. Okay, maybe we should have done more. Was expecting more, so yes, says Tex. Well, I'm glad I've surprised you on the low side. Cannot believe the price, says Harris. Yes, it seems fair, outstanding price. Well, good. I'm glad. And I tell you, it's not going to stay there. This is for you guys, for our subscribers. But anyway, I haven't finished yet. There's more. So webinar only special bonuses for you guys who are Chris and my customers. We will build you as a bonus, because we've been doing this long enough now. We've got outsourcers in place. We've got teams who can do things for us. And so our trained teams will build you your own 100-blog private network in addition to access to the Sniper. We'll build you your own 100-blog private network on Web 2.0 blogs for your own personal private use. No one else will have them. You can have them for yourself. So you can make them niche-specific, use homepage links, and use them as your mini-sites. So we will build that for you as a bonus. To be honest, I'm pinching myself now and thinking, Chris, we've messed up by giving this amount away. But we wanted to make it a big deal. And we wanted to pour stuff in here and make it a no-brainer for you to take up our offer. And so, yeah, we're going to do this as a bonus. It's webinar only, so you have to buy on the webinar. We'll give you a 100-blog private network that we'll put together for you. We'll have our outsourcer set the blogs up. You just need to tell us what niche you want. We'll set the blogs up, and we'll populate it with high-quality content from our high-quality content source, which is Article Builder that you see the link for in the chat box. And we will set it up, and once we've got it all ready and all those sites are up there and set up with high-quality content, media-rich, we'll hand you over the list of the URLs and the login details, and it's all yours, and we'll never touch it again unless you ask us to. It's all yours to use for yourself. That's 100. I counted, there's 33, in fact it's 99. There are 33 circles here that I've duplicated 3 times. That's a lot of backlinking power. That's a lot of authority and powerful, niche relevant backlinking network of buffer sites that you control that we will build for you to use alongside Sniper. And finally, and this is just for the first 20 buyers, and judging by the response that I'm seeing in the question box, these are going to go fast as soon as I put the link up, which I'm going to do in a minute. But only the first 20 of you, we have to just limit to that because, obviously our time is valuable and limited. Exclusive one-on-one access to both of us via private email for personal coaching. So we're going to personally coach the first 20 of you. And to be honest, we're only doing this because we want you guys to give us testimonials like Chris Clark has. And so 20 of you, we're going to hold your hand through this, give you private personal access to both of us. And, it's not even, this is not a $997 package, this is a $297 package, this is a $5,000 package, really, with the coaching. But we're giving this all to you for webinar only special of $297. Chandler, testimonial, Chandler, if you're on the call, Chris, I have amazing results from your teaching. Previous product, Chris put out SEO Resurrection, some of you will have. I wanted to say thank you so much for that. When will you be reading your own product, of course, with Ninja Tactics? Well, guys, the time is now. We are releasing our own Ninja course with the tactics, and here is the summary and the questions. And I guess, Vladan, could you put in the chat box now, please, the bit.ly link to the buy button for those who want to pick it up, and just head over there. And if you want to be in that first 20, I would rush, because I think those 20 will go pretty quickly. So I don't know if you could put that bit.ly in there. There it is, bit.ly/SEO-BT. SEO for breakthrough is what that stands for, SEO-BT. So this is the way to do SEO and make it look easy. It is easy. Once set up, hardly any work, and rank at will. All automated. Quality and automation hand in hand. No one else has ever offered that in a package, I don't think. So access, in summary, access to our private network of age domain authority sites that Chris used to rank his site with just one campaign, automatic posting and autopilot posting of your campaign through the software that Chris demonstrated a short while ago. The most powerful SEO strategy and training ever released. I honestly believe there's nothing the like of it. It goes on, the world's most advanced, unique article compiler that's part of the software we've got in there. There's a lot of things we haven't had time to talk about in any much detail. Access to your own desktop with our virtual machine, Windows-based virtual machine online, so these campaigns run 24/7 for you. The most powerful SEO strategy and training package ever released, standalone professional anchor text generator software, spin checker software, and bonus only for those of you who buy on this webinar, your own 100-blog Web 2.0 authority backlinking network that we will build and populate with content for you. A private Facebook group and Skype group so that we can keep in touch and you can interface with other customers in the same program and with us. And for the first 20, private access. So just board it, says Raja. Good job, great to have you on board. Will this work for ranking videos, says Alana? Yes, absolutely. In fact, videos are even easier to rank. Dion says if I could steal $300, I would. I'm sorry to hear that, Dion. Well, you know, it's possible to do manually. It's just going to take you a little bit more time, but you know, stay tuned and take the training we've given you today on IMEX.
Sean, a couple of people have said they can't see the link. So
okay.
Can you just type into your box to say if you can't see it?
Okay, and there is the link on the screen. You can't click on the screen, but you can type it in bit.ly/SEO-BT. But it should be in your chat box and your GoToWebinar control panel. You should be able to see it. But if not, just go ahead and type that into your browser. It's a webinar special only for buying on this webinar. We'll take a little time now to answer questions. 297, and then just a tick over of $17 a month to cover monthly costs. Giovanni says
saying that the link's not working.
Okay, let's just try it, shall we? Let me click on it myself. And I've just clicked on it in the box, and let's see if it's working or not. It's worked for some people because some people are in. It's slow, certainly, says Ron. Not working, says Lisa. Too much traffic, Max says. Probably that's right. I think maybe we just inundated it. Because it's not loading for me. So just be patient. We'll leave it up for a bit, but the link obviously is working, although slowly because of the volume of traffic. So we'll leave it there for you to pile in due course. Just be a bit patient, but it is not working for me either. I guess we can go for the naked link as well, that are not bit.ly, the whole johnpearce.com permalink for the page. If you could put that in there. And Vlad has just confirmed, yeah, too much traffic, please be patient. Vlad, do you think it's not bit.ly? Do you think it's johnpearce.com? I'm not sure which it is. But we'll, while that's trucking away, and while that's tracking away, we'll go for some questions. But and Chris, I don't know if there's any particular you want to, that you've been watching them, you want to come out with.
Just to cover a couple of bits, because you've taken in so much information. So if I just recap on a bit, the SEO Sniper software is going to be loaded on your very own desktop on our virtual server, on our VM. So it's a Windows-based server. So you'll be very used to it. You'll get your own login. So once you log in, you'll be on a VM that's up 24/7, and you load campaigns and run the SEO Sniper, and then you can close your computer, and the VM will just keep running. It'll keep going because we don't close that. So you get that, and that's not going to cost you extra. That's all included, and so you get the SEO Sniper. You get access to our own private blog network. Also, you get 31 training videos where I show you step by step each process. Now, there's a lot of people who have asked questions about how long is it going to take to build a private network. It doesn't take very long at all. It's just a process of you buying the domains, and I show you exactly the process you need to go through so that you buy super high-powered domains. So it's very detailed of what you do. It's very easy to do, but I show you the way to get super domains and not duds, because it's so easy to pick up a dud. But the steps I show you, you'll pick up super domains. And once you get those as your private blog network or your mini sites, then you're going to have super powerful army of SEO machines. So that's going to really work well for you. And those are going to be your super powerful backlinking machines. And that combined with the SEO Sniper is going to make you unstoppable in SEO terms. So I hope I've covered quite a few questions there.
Great, thanks, Chris.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, a couple of people asking, it goes to, yes, we are using the Warrior Plus buy button, so if you see Warrior Plus, that's expected. It is obviously, it's my site that slowed really down. I guess we weren't expecting this kind of traffic. I'm sure Vladan in the background is having a look at what's going on with the site. But I don't know if the site is crashed completely, but I guess you're probably checking that. But it's not loading for me either. We're up to, even with these problems, we're up to 16 sold. So I guess those 20 are going to go pretty fast. And I just apologize. Oh, it has loaded for me. So the site is still up. It's just slow. So you can see here is the page. And apologies, it's pretty ugly. It's just the basic text because we were in a bit of a rush this evening. As I said, we wanted to concentrate on teaching you, and we knew that, and this is the principle in my business that you really heard me talk about, is it's not all about salesmanship. If you deliver to people, it comes back to you in the end. And so, yeah, it's not a very pretty sales page, but I guess this is selling pretty well, judging by the stats I've seen. So please be patient. It will load on your screen if you let that link load. And let's turn to some questions and see if we can get some of those answered. Chris, have you seen anything else that jumps out? Because a lot of these questions seem to be about the loading problems.
Yes, other than the loading problems, you'll have the link, so you can try. You just keep trying. There's no rush. But as far as there's a lot of people saying about the domains, do we have to buy? There was a question that's just gone off the screen, but the question was, do we have to still buy the domains? And don't we get to use your private network? Yes, you do get to use our private network with the SEO Sniper, so you have access to that to post your articles to. But you should use that in conjunction with your own sites, because your own sites, as your buffer sites, your private blog network, that's your superpower machines. The network which we have in SEO Sniper is very powerful, but your most powerful asset is your private blog network. And that's how the SEO professionals do it. And most, or a lot of SEO professionals, even they do it the wrong way. And I show you in the package how you do it the right way. And so you'll get access to the very right way of doing the blog network. And it's very simple to set up and do that. You've got something that's going to make you a huge amount of money, and if you're doing SEO as a business for clients, you're going to rank them and you'll get referral business, and so your income's just going to go through the roof because of referrals. And that's what I'm talking from personal experience. That's what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you get a customer happy, they tend to be the best advert you could possibly have. Businessmen talk to each other. Once you get a business going in this area, referrals will just breathe like wildfire, and you'll be turning business away, which is great. Let's see. So a couple of people are asking about price and stuff, and I did have, just in case it's too much for some people, I was thinking about having a 3-pay option instead of the $297, splitting that into 3 payments. Let me know if that would make a difference to any of you guys, and it's a slightly more. But if it does, I can put that link up too. Otherwise, I guess the main problem is waiting for the site to load. A couple of you are saying yes, please. So okay, we do have this 3-pay option as well, which is a slightly different bit.ly. So it's bit.ly/SEO-BT-split, the split payment. So 127 for 3 months instead of the 297 for 1 month, and then 17 per month thereafter. I forgot to add the 17 per month thereafter. But the 17 per month is the ongoing fee. It's the same. So if you want to go that way, you can do it that way thereafter. So bit.ly.com/SEO-BT-split, or the previous one again, SEO-BT for the one-off payment, which is slightly cheaper overall. Obviously, the split payment just costs a little bit more because of the other issues that we have there. Now, guys, I have to. Sorry, Amara is asking, what is 100 blog? Do I have to get the domains for each of them to build my blogs? No, Amara, what we're offering is a bonus only for sales on the webinar. So once we close this down, then this bonus won't be available anymore. But while we're still talking, answering questions, this offer is still open. What we have offered to do is that we will have our team build you a 100 blog network on the Web 2.0 sites. So you will have 100 of your own blogs, niche specific, with content loaded, high quality content that you can use following this strategy that we've been outlined, already set up, ready to go for you. And we can do that actually. It's a great bonus for us to offer, because with the services that we have access to and the services we use and which we talk about actually, we can do that reasonably easily for you. But it's a great bonus. Will save you a lot of time, and you'll be ready to hit the ground running with that 100 blog network all ready to go. Three-way payment, says Tony. Yes, there is three-way payment. That is the URL to go to, bit.ly/SEO-BT-split for the three-way split payment. Just go to that link there.
And Mark says that he's overwhelmed by the whole SEO thing he's just started. So the SEO Breakthrough package takes you as if you were a beginner, a newbie, but it takes you step by step, hand in hand, showing you all the steps you need to do. So you won't be overwhelmed through the package. And if you're a professional, you've done a lot of SEO anyway, then this is going to show you some very ninja tactics and methodology and strategy which you may not have come across before.
Great. I've got a question from Mark there. I'm not sure what the Article Builder price is. You're asking about that. I'm not sure. What you should have paid for the Sniper program is $297. $297 for the Sniper program. Article Builder is not ours. That's a service that we use, and it's a service, but it's not ours. Chris, I don't know if you know the price on that one, and it's just one of the services.
Yes, yeah. Article Builder is. I think it's $200-something per year. Now, if you break, I think it's 240 or 290, something like that. But if you break that down into a monthly payment, it's something like $20, and you can have 400 articles a day. That's the limit. So you're not going to get through that lot. So it's an unlimited number of articles that these are good quality articles, and it's the cheapest way by a long, long, long way to get your articles. And you can use those for SEO Sniper, and I'll show you in the video how you would use them, and so it's a piece of cake to get your content. It really is. It's great. As someone else mentioned in the chat box that they love it. They love Article Builder, and it really is good.
Yeah, it is. And it seems expensive, but when you figure it against the cost of having an article written, because Article Builder didn't give you spammy rubbish. It gives you really high quality articles, and of the sort that you'd need to get someone to write for you at $5 or $10 an article maybe. So when you put it against the alternative, it's very cheap. But you don't have to use it. You can write your own if you're short of money. You get them written. It's just one of the services that we do use. Harris is saying that SEOBreakthrough.com, which is our membership site, is not loading. Harris says just because it's on the same server as the one with the pages, that it's just the traffic. We've maxed out my server. I hadn't expected a big flood, to be honest. I'm overwhelmed and really pleased that everyone's jumped on so much. I'm really delighted, and thank you for your trust. I guess it's a good offer, but because of the weighted traffic, I hadn't graded my server, which I normally do before I launch, for example, and so it's just struggling under the traffic. And my server's got both the website on with the sales page, and it's got SEO breakthrough. So please just be patient with the website, and we will it will settle down and cope with the traffic in due course. So that's why it might not be loading at the moment. But you should have all the emails confirming your purchase, and you can go back in a little bit if need be. Greg says, how long will the link be up? Well, we'll keep it up at least until the website calms down and people who are trying to purchase can purchase, I guess is the answer, Greg. We're not going to suddenly close this offer down if people are trying to get in and can't. We wouldn't be quite so short-sighted as that. Chris, you picked out any others to answer at the moment?
I'm just answering my needs to have article builder. You've already answered that.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of questions there.
Yeah.
Another service that you can use, which I do use sometimes, is from articleteller.com. That's articleteller.com, and you can get some cheap articles written, and the quality's reasonable, and you only pay for something that you're happy with, so you don't have to pay for it if you don't like it. So that's a good service, and that's a cheap way to get good content. It's not as cheap as Article Builder in the long run, but it's still cheap, and you only pay per article.
Dion, that question that you just answered, I won't read it out, but not really. But if you contact me by email, we'll sort you out somehow. But this offer, guys, basically is just available while we have this webinar going. But that said, since it isn't loading, if it's still not loading in a bit, we'll leave it going for an hour or two after we close the webinar. I hope it'll calm down and settle down and everyone can get in. But as I said, I'm not going to close it if you're trying to get in and just can't get there because I was foolish enough not to upgrade my server. Yeah, and again, apologies, guys. I just hadn't expected this to be so so popular, and I'm delighted, and thank you again. Okay, someone else was asking about joining lots of forums for backlinks. No, you don't need to do that, and this is the difference between old SEO and the new. And what Chris teaches and what we've gone over today is the SEO that works today, and getting hundreds of or thousands of forum links out there not only doesn't work now, but actually is the fastest way to get your site penalized by Google. So no, don't do that. Just do what we talked about here. And we can even go back to the summary slide. Right, let me find it, and I'll go back to the summary slide so that people have got that in mind, so that you know exactly what it is you need to do. Let me just find it. It's here somewhere. And don't do anything else. Do what we teach and not anything else is what I'd say. I don't know, Chris, if you want to reinforce that a bit.
Oh, which one, sorry?
Well, just the fact that, don't do what we say and don't do anything else, because you're more likely to damage yourself and damage your site if you do other things.
That's right. What's in this course shows you everything you need to do, and I was thinking to myself, very recently that I don't have to do a great deal of work for my SEO, because I've already got this great machine that does it for me, and it's 100% quality. It's super quality, but I've automated it all. So we've never had the ability to have automation and quality. That's never been there. It's either been automation, poor quality, or you have to do it manually. But what we've done in SEO Breakthrough is we've got the quality, but we're automating it and get rankings. So once you've set up your mini sites, your private network, the rest is piece of cake. It really is.
Yeah, that's great. Max just asked, what about the personal training coaching deal for the first 20 with the site not loading? And I guess we may have to, Chris, I'm sorry to load us up with a bit of work. We may have to be a little bit more lenient with where we draw the line there, because if people have been trying to get in and just not able to, we may have to try and take on a bit more. Can the 100 blogs be split across different niches, says Dave. In principle, Dave, that would make a little bit more work for our team. So I'd say maybe a couple, but I really would prefer not give you 10 blogs and 10 niches. And the idea is, for those 100 blogs, it would be better to keep them on one niche. And if you want to build another 100, we'll show you how to do it in the system. For a second niche. I don't know if you agree with that, Chris, but it would take a little bit more time, I think, wouldn't it, to spread the 100 over different niches?
It would be if we were to do that. We do show you something in the package. Once you get into the package, you'll see something. You go and then that will. Once you see that, that's going to show you how you're going to take those 100 logs, and you can do that yourself. That's going to take virtually no time. It'll all make sense once you're in. You'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to do it in as many niches as you want to spread those out. And if you're still unsure once you've purchased, then send us an email and I'll tell you exactly how you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff. So let's look through some of these other questions here. Yeah, payment is through PayPal, so you will get to PayPal. Anstey Publishing is the name of my company because I live in Anstey, and I've just recently incorporated my business. Yeah, Warrior Plus and PayPal is how it goes through. Tony says, PayPal accepted ? Well, you'll know if it's accepted in your PayPal account, or you should get a thank you email. Is the software downloadable, says Paul? No, we've chosen, we did have a version, well, we could give you a version to run on a PC, but it's actually far more valuable for you to have it on our server, on our virtual machine, because that will be running full time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Whereas if you have it on your own laptop or PC, you've got to keep your laptop on 24 hours a day and keep it connected to the internet 24 hours a day. And if it crashes because you're working on PowerPoint, and Bill Gates seems to crash all the time these days, then you're interrupting everything. So the software runs on our virtual server and it's up 24/7. So that's the best way to do it. Chris, want to pick out another? Dave says, so you guys give us your own Sniper private backlinking network. Yes, we do. You have access as if it was your own, effectively, and this is what we've got to change. If we are going to sell this to anyone else, we've got to change this. But you effectively have access to it as if it was your own. We'll stop you only if you misbehave and start spamming it with rubbish. But if you behave normally, there's no limitation on what you can, how much you can use it within reason. So it's effectively like it was your own. It saves you having to spend the $5,000 and the time, the weeks and weeks it would take you to have that put together. So that's what we've got in there. And that's probably the most, I mean, I don't know, I was going to say it's the most powerful piece of what we're offering. It's not really, everything's powerful. I mean, there's so much in this package that we've put together. It's the Sniper backlinking network, 90-strong network of high authority age domains is massive, but then so is the training that Chris has put together. You know, the summary, as I've read out a couple of times, it is the way to do SEO and make it look easy while you're doing it. And it is easy. Once you've got these things set up, it's hardly any work and work at will. So I think it's really hard to pick out what's the biggest part of our offer, because there's a massive amount of value in here. Okay, I'm just looking at some of these other questions.
The SEO Breakthrough package is a total package. It's everything that you won't ever need to buy another SEO product again, because this incorporates all of the strategies that you need. So forget any other SEO strategies. And if by any chance there is an extra strategy later on down the line, we'll bring something out for sure. But certainly this is what works. This is what people aren't telling you how to do stuff to do. This really is.
Yeah, indeed. I'm just going to put both these links up on one page so that everyone can see them if we haven't got them already. For those of you still struggling, give me some feedback with you guys. Are people still waiting to get in and struggling to get in, or is it working for you now? Let me know. And these are the two links that you can type in: SEO-BT or SEO-BT-split, both bit.ly links. No, people are still waiting to get in. I do apologize, guys. That's it's very embarrassing. I'm used to this happening on WSOs, and every time I do a WSO now, which I actually haven't done for months. Last one was last springtime. I always make sure I've got a powerful server, but in between times I downgrade it because it costs more, obviously, to have a powerful one, and I really hadn't expected this level of attention. Vlad, I don't know if you can check out the server setup, make sure it's all okay, or probably you have already, I don't know. Maybe send me a quick Skype with a report if you would. I'm on Skype on my iPad.
So more and more people have got in. So those of you who haven't got in yet, just be a little bit patient. It will come through.
Yeah.
Yes, we are getting them coming through now.
Indeed. Great. So let's have a look at some more questions that might be in here. Stallion, you are in the 20, and as I said, we might have to be a little bit more lenient with that because of the problems people are having. Dave was asking about a replay. What I'm planning to do is, rather than replay this and put a video up on the internet where black hatters get it and post it all around the place on mirror sites, is we'll probably do a repeat of this. For those of you, obviously different people can make different times, and people in different parts of the world can make different times, and so we'll look to repeat this this presentation again for you guys, for those who couldn't make it, rather than have a replay. I hope that answers your question. Neil says, please repeat. Yeah. Many thanks, John. Much appreciated. Love your ethics and approach. Very rare. Thanks, Barry. Thanks, Matthew. I appreciate that comment from you too. Barry says you're in. Brill. Smiley face. Thanks, Barry. Good to have you on board. Site's working now, says Dan. Okay, so people are beginning to get in, which is good news. So please persevere if you are still waiting. And I'm going to have to scroll back to see what other questions we've got to answer. And again, Chris, jump in any time you want.
Yeah, it's just someone's asking about the monthly fee. Well, the monthly fee is there. Doesn't matter which option you go for, whether it's the 297 or the three splits. The reason we have that tiny little monthly fee is because we need to cover the cost of the registrations of the private network and the hosting. They're all on separate IP addresses, so we have to make sure that everything's running. We have to have staff to make sure that everything's working there for you. So we have some big costs there. So so we can spread the cost amongst the members. So that's why it's a small fee monthly.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Neil's just asking if when we do the repeat, if we'll have the same offer. I just actually replied, I guess, but maybe we should increase it. I mean, judging by the uptake we've had, I think we're probably selling ourselves short here, and we'll have to see. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to talk with Chris, and I have to talk offline about that. But certainly, this offer is available right now. I don't know if we're going to put it up for next time, but if I was a good marketer, I'd put it up because of the response we got, which has just been insane. For the percentage of people that are on this call that have got in, and I guess that means we've got a good offer, which, as I said, I'm pleased about. So maybe it'll be same before when we do repeat. Maybe it'll be 497. I can basically say I'm only going to guarantee it's going to be 297 for this webinar and for a little bit after if we're still having problems with the website.
This offer will never go on public release, but you're getting this low price because you're on our own personal list, so your own personal customers. So if we offer this via any other affiliate, for example, then the price will be more money. So this is a special price for you as our customers.
Dave's asking about other SEO products, and I don't want to get into the game of sadly, Dave, I'm sorry, I don't want to get into the game of talking about other SEO experts out there. There are some good guys out there for sure, and actually, Dave, the guys you mentioned there are good guys. I don't really want to comment on their systems. I know that there are also some bad guys out there, though, and I know there are some people who will sell SEO products. As I mentioned earlier in the webinar, because they know a little bit, so they can cobble a product together, and maybe they've had a lucky break, or they show as proof some website that they've maybe purchased a bunch of expensive links for, which is not sustainable, but they didn't actually promote it with their own system alone, and and they sell a product, and they don't always work. So there is a good and the bad out there, and you do have to be careful. And the sad thing with an SEO product is you're never going to know for sure if it works until you try it, and that's why I did that poll at the beginning. We had 50% of you reported that you bought stuff and implemented it to the T and it got nowhere. Well, that means that what you bought was rubbish, and it is sad that that's the case. But I don't think I can really, I don't want to go, because this is, although this is private webinar, it's public enough that if I start mentioning other people's names, whether they're good or bad, it's just going to go nasty. So I'm just going to stay out of that altogether, and please forgive me for that. But what I'd say in terms of other stuff is all you need to rank your website is what we've taught tonight, and what we'll take you through step by step in SEO Breakthrough, and access to our private network, of course, saves you having to put your own one together. You don't need other stuff. You need what we've taught you, because what we've taught you works. And apologies, there's my phone going. Hopefully my wife will pick that up in a second. So I hope that answers your question, Dave.
Yeah, Vladan has just said that the server's working fine now, so we should be okay. Great. With our own link anyway.
Great. Anyone else still struggling to get in then? Let me know. Give me a yes, still struggling to get in, or yes, not in yet, or something if you are.
Dave has asked about on-page. We do cover on-page, and there's a module on page SEO within the SEO Breakthrough package. So we cover all of that, and off-page, of course. So it's, as I said, it's the total package.
When will the second webinar be scheduled? We haven't scheduled it, Dave. I don't know. I'll try and do it at a slightly different time so that guys for whom it's the middle of the night or whatever now will be able to see. But we'll get that out by email to all of you guys on our list as soon as we've decided. Someone was also asking about webinars for members. So if you've bought in here, yes, there will be coaching webinars for those of you in this that won't involve bringing in some of my colleagues in the industry to pitch their products to you. There'll be just me and Chris teaching you from within the system. If I do bring in other people, I mean, you know this already if you're on my list. If I'm hosting a webinar, and I haven't done for a while actually because we've been busy preparing this, but if I'm hosting a webinar where I've got one of my colleagues who's going to teach and then pitch, I'll tell you. But for these webinars where for members, for those of you who join us in SEO Breakthrough, we will be having coaching webinars, which are Chris and me only. Chris and me only teaching you further and helping you through the program and going into some of the details and exploring. Obviously, the great thing about a webinar for you when you're within this program particularly is a lot of it can be Q&A. A lot of it can be you saying, well, clarify this for me in a question, and we'll just show you live. So if you weren't sure about something, one of the videos, we'll show you right there on the webinar, well, this is how you do it. Does that answer your question? You say in the chat box, no, because of this. And it was, oh, well, that's, you know, they're really coaching webinars that we can use along with the Facebook group and the Skype group to keep that flow of information, because you know, another problem that people often have with products that teach everything is there's something you don't quite grasp or don't quite understand, and too often that can stop people dead in their tracks, and we want to make sure that doesn't happen, and we can only make sure that doesn't happen if we're available in the Facebook group, in the coaching webinar, so that if there is anything that stops you in your tracks, that you don't quite know how to get around this problem or how you need a further explanation of something that we've talked about in the course, then you can ask us live and we'll tell you. So that will be part of the program as well.
Stallion's just asked a question. He's saying it's in the members area, it's just videos. Well, there are resource links there as well, and some things that you can download. If you're thinking about the SEO Sniper, everyone who joins, what we have to do is set you up on the VM, so that we have to set up your own account. So that's going to take some time, so give us a few hours for that to do. License the SEO Sniper for you, set it up, test it, and then we've got to email you your login details. So give us a little bit of time for that. Give us about 48 hours at least, I'd say, maybe 72 hours. But so give us some time, and we'll get that over to you, and then you'll be up and running. In the meantime, you can go through the videos. One of the modules is dedicated purely to SEO Sniper, so that's going to show you exactly what you need to have prepared, ready to get your campaign started. Go through all of the videos, and that will take you through the process while you're waiting for that.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. I'll just back up what Chris says there about the fact that we'll be setting you up with your own account manually. This isn't some cheap digital product that gets delivered in an email to you. You know, you've got our team working with and for you to get you set up and and manage the private network that we have ongoing. Chris has talked about the small monthly payments for those management costs. This is an ongoing living creature that we manage and keep running for you, and so yeah, it'll take us a day or so just to get all your accounts set up, particularly with the number that we've had purchased. So bear with us, but we'll get that done just as soon as we can within the next day or so. Lisa's asking a question. I've purchased PR4 domains in the past and they cost some good money. Is that where you're going headed with this? Well, yeah, PR4 is great. In fact, Chris, you might want to comment on PageRank, because people still talk a lot about PageRank, but it's a lot less relevant. But you shouldn't have to spend. So, Lisa, if you follow the teaching that Chris has done in SEO Breakthrough, it's not going to cost you $40 for good domains because of the way we buy them. Typically, Chris, about $10 for a good authority H domain. Is that correct?
Maximum is about $11. Really, $11 is the most you'll have to pay.
Okay.
You'll have to pay for registration on top of that. So really, on average, you'll budget in about $25 per domain. That's what you'll pay as a complete figure. And then at the end of the 12 months, you'll have to pay for another 12 months registration fee. But that's all the cost you need to pay for. And I'll show you exactly how you buy an amazing domain for you, one that's really going to work well for you. So don't just go ahead and buy one, because you'll almost certainly buy a dud. Go through the process. There's a few steps, and then you'll buy a super powerful domain.
Yeah, excellent.
Just on what you mentioned, John, about the PageRank. Earlier this year, in February, I think it was, Google updated their PageRank toolbar, and Google updated their PageRank toolbar again. So that's 10 months. So you could have bought a domain looking for PageRank, let's say in November, thinking you've bought a PR4 domain, but actually that was in February. Now it might have PR nothing. So PageRank's really too difficult for us to go by, because it's not consistent. Things change too much. What I show you in the SEO Breakthrough package is something which is far more consistent for us and works all the time. And what we're looking for is not PageRank. That's not a determining factor of what we're looking for to purchase an H domain. We're looking for something different. And I'll show you exactly what to look for and why it really works for you. And it really does work. The process is Stallion's asking, what if we have several niches for our clients and we want our networks on different niches? Well, if you've got lots of different niches, I'll show you exactly how you set up. But basically, you'll be looking at a private blog network, and so you need to have something that brings it together so that it looks natural from a manual inspection point of view. So if you get a Google coming to view your sites manually, so it's no good having baby clothes and then some violent game on the same private blog network. You need to try and tie up something together if it's on the same blog. Maybe it's a health niche, or maybe it's electronics. And that electronics, for example, can cover phones, communications, anything which runs on electricity. So you can look at a very broad niche for a private blog network, and that's how you separate your different niches.
That's great. Dave asked about could we use this for promoting local businesses, local websites in Australia, e.g. dentist, chiropractor, realtor, lawyer. Absolutely. I'd type back to you, Dave, but absolutely yes. And those kind of local keywords are going to be easy meat with this system, and very, very profitable for you in setting up those services for your clients. As they're for Chris, that's what Chris does, and that's why we've got this incredible capability. Jacques says, I've only got the 127 link but want the 279. Well, they're on the screen right now. You can see both links. bit.ly/SEO-BT is the one-off payment, and bit.ly/SEO-BT-split is the 3 payments. So just go to the SEO-BT one, and you should be fine with that. Vladan has also put an email address in the chat box, and I can put it up here as well on this screen so that you have it. Apologies, I should have taken the phone out of the room, shouldn't I? Let me just put a support email address on this slide as well, and it'll all be there for you. Go ahead, Chris, with any other questions while I'm doing this.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, so Max asked a question about can you use H domains for as your new site to build your site on. Well, yes, you can. If you go through the process which I show you in SEO Breakthrough, then you'll buy a really good domain, and then you can build whatever sites you want on it, and that's going to be ready for you to rank. No problem. That's fine. That can work with any niche that you want to do, whether it's affiliate sites or offline sites. So just for out of interest, the cityofive.com, which John showed you earlier in the presentation, that was an H domain, which actually City of Eve is a rock band, but it's built as an escort site. So there you see, it can be used for anything.
Alana's asking about siloing websites. Do you want to comment on that a little bit, Chris?
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that from a ranking point of view. If you're siloing, then that's great for your own linking structure. When we're building our own private network, we're not trying to rank the private network. We're using it purely for the power of the network. So you don't need to have a silo or anything like that. It's not necessary at all.
For the buffer sites, but useful on your money site.
Yeah, definitely for your money sites, that's really going to help because you're going to show good internal linking.
A couple of other questions coming in. I don't know if you want to address Dave's question about how quickly you could expect to rank, and it's probably quite difficult, you know, how long speed a string thing, but you might want to give him a rough answer to that, and there's some other good ones coming in.
Okay, well, if you take the beta site, which we looked at, that had a penalty. So what we had to do first of all was reverse the penalty. So that took a couple of weeks to sort out. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks to reverse the penalty. And what I did was I used SEO Sniper for that because I wanted rapid results, because I wanted rapid indexing. So that took that length of time to get the penalty lifted. And then I could start the process of building. And it went from not ranking right through to page 2. And that took it was about 2 months total, wasn't it? I think it was about 2 months ago we sent out, we got the emails to say yes, he wanted to go ahead as a beta tester.
Yeah.
So that was take away 3 weeks from that. So it's about 6 weeks it took to rank to page 2. Now that's on an Australia-wide real estate search term. So that's very competitive. The real estate niche is a competitive niche, and all of them want to rank and gun hard for it. So to get that over a country-wide search, that was very competitive, but we got that to page 2. So that was in 6 weeks. So if you allow 6 to 8 weeks for something like that, if it's a more competitive niche, then you just have to allow more time and a bit more firepower. That's all. So if someone else asked a question, how many buffer sites do I need? It does depend on your niche, and you can start off with 5 or 10, for example, and then see how different that makes you rank. If you were on page 10 and then using those 5 or 10 sites, you go to page 5, for example, we'll just use a few more, and then you'll see your rankings increase and increase, and that's how you do it. You don't have to buy loads and loads all along.
Great. One couple of questions come in. Again, Shannon's asking about how do I get the Sniper software. So everyone who's purchased and got into the program, we have to manually set up your account on our virtual machine with the Sniper software. So that will be done tomorrow or as soon as possible, and we'll get that out to you. Please dive into the training, dive into the videos, work out how to use Sniper, and we'll have your actual software account set up on our virtual machine just as quickly as we can. Max says, any tips on getting clients? That's the tricky bit. Well, you know, Max, there's, I mean, I'll let Chris answer that question as well, but actually it shouldn't be tricky. If you really can't find anyone to promote, then you can get a site for a local niche up to page 1, just with your own content on there, and you can offer it to people. That's one way, but it's getting the first guy perhaps that's most difficult, because once you've got someone and people will refer you, and you'll start building clients just through referrals. But you can get onto page 1 with something and then show it to people and say, I'll put I'll give you this site, or I'll put your advert here. Or you can find someone who maybe you know and offer to do a first one even for free, as long as it's not too difficult a niche. You get someone up there for free and say, I'll do this for you if you'll then support me and refer me to your other local businesses. But another good way to do it is there are a lot of local groups of businessmen that sort of meet for breakfast meetings. I'm sure that's true. I know it's true in the UK because I've been to some. I'm sure it's true in America and Australia as well. I forget the types of groups that they're called, but there are these breakfast meetings of local businessmen where they get together and swap ideas. And you can go along to one of those and say, look, I'll get any of your sites at the top of Google in a month or two. I'm just looking for some people to give me some good testimonials. I'll do the first one free, or I wouldn't. In fact, in that environment, I wouldn't offer to do that. I'll guarantee it, or you pay me nothing. I'll guarantee you page 1, or you pay me nothing, and you'll get customers. So just be a bit bold, and once you get started, it becomes easier and easier. Anything you want to add to that, Chris?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
It's talking about how to get clients. Yeah, no problem.
Oh, right, okay.
How to get clients.
Yeah. Getting clients is the best, most effective way is knocking on doors and where you live. That's the most effective. If you don't like doing that, then LinkedIn is a good place to go and look for business. You can do some Google AdWords if you want, but really, you can't beat knocking on doors if you're just starting out. If you've got a customer, you start using the SEO Breakthrough, you're going to get some great results and you'll get referrals from that. Also, if you do have customers and you get them some good results, ask them if they know anyone else who's got a website that could do with your services. Those are the best ways. But if you're looking for means, you have to get your name out there. So you could use Craigslist, for example, to post your services. Just get people coming to your site so they can see your offers, and when they come to see your offer, show them what you've done. Give them some comfort factor, because there's a lot of people say that they can do SEO. They probably can't, but the customer doesn't know that. If you show them proof, then they're more likely to go with you. But definitely try knocking on some doors.
Absolutely. Amara's asking, is it good for CPA offers? Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, you need to make sure basically SEO is about getting targeted traffic, highly targeted traffic of people. This is why it's so valuable, is by choosing the keyword that you're going to rank for, you can determine the people that arrive on your site and what they're looking for. So if you choose a keyword that is, people looking for something like, Ralph Lauren polo shirts, people who type that in, they're not doing a thesis or an essay at school on Ralph Lauren polo shirts and looking for Wikipedia articles. They want to buy a Ralph Lauren polo shirt. And so if you're in Ralph Lauren polo shirts, you want to rank for that. If you have a shop selling those, you want to rank for that term. Similarly, CPA offers, yeah, you just got to make sure that the keywords you rank for are going to bring the people who are looking for the sort of offers that you're going to promote via CPA. But yeah, any monetization strategy can work. You just have to make sure that you've got the traffic that you want for the offer that you're going to offer them. my voice is getting a bit hoarse. We've been on 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I just want to make sure, is anyone still struggling to get into the payment page and get into the program? Let me know if there's anyone still struggling. Otherwise, I think we're probably going to draw this to a close before Chris and I expire. I did say we'd go until our tongues were on the ground, but I perhaps was exaggerating a little bit there. So everyone that wants to get in is in. Is that correct? Anyone still struggling? Because I'm going to close this offer down very, very shortly in that case. Just reading what people are writing now. We'll take a few hours.
Lisa asks.
Yeah.
Lisa asks, can I rank an Amazon page? You can rank anything. You can rank any web page with this process. So yes, the answer is to that, yes.
I'm just typing back to someone else. Bear with me 1 second. Ranking HTML web pages. Did you just answer that one, Chris? Sorry.
No,
Stellan's asking about HTML web pages. Yeah, you can rank HTML web pages exactly the same way. Exactly the same way.
Yeah, Max is asking about what sort of price to offer services. Well, it depends on if it's a local business and they just want to rank in their town or city, then there's not much work to do, and so you can charge anything from it depends which country you're in really, but you can charge £250, so that's equivalent to about $400, I suppose. So $400 for a small local site, and people will pay that. If you can show proof that you're good, you know what you're doing, then people will pay that. And what we're right at the top of Google, no problem. So it's from a time period, how long will that take to get a local site? You're looking probably between 2 to 6 weeks. That'll be right at the top of the first page.
Chris, I've got some guys still trying to get in, and page, the little circle still spinning around at the top. But I don't know about you. I'm pretty exhausted, so I think we've got to the bottom of most of the questions. I think what we might do is draw this to a close, but since we'll just leave it open another half hour. So Max, do keep trying. If anyone else is having trouble, let me know. Neil says we just got it. Great. Welcome aboard, Neil. Excellent. So it does seem to be working. But some people are still reporting problems. So what I'll do, I think, if you're happy, Chris, we can close down now. Unless there's some questions you see there you particularly think we should pick out an answer, we might wrap this to a close now. And please note those links. I'll keep them open for, well, let me just see. I really would like to close them with the webinar. I'm going to close them down. Max, tell you what, for you specifically, because you want to get in and you're struggling, just email me and we'll sort you out if you still can't get in. But for everyone else, we're going to shut down this offer with the webinar. So last offer for anyone who does want to take advantage of this, and we will repeat this webinar. As I said, we're going to have a talk about the price. I can't guarantee we're going to hold it at $297 because judging by the response, we've sold ourselves short here. But and it is powerful. It's powerful. But I'd rather sell it to you cheaply and have happy customers than sell it to you expensively. But anyway, I think we'll shut this down. I want to thank you for Max, you say you got storms in your area. Okay, maybe it's affecting. I want to thank you all for attending. What we have taught you tonight is absolutely actionable. It is the way to do it. It works. You've seen the proof, and I've given you the complete overview in this webinar. If you want the details and the step-by-step and access to our $5,000 private backlinking network, then please go to one of those bit.ly links right now, because I'm going to shut them down as we close this webinar, and only going to reopen them for those couple of you who've told me that you can't get in for one reason or another, and so I promise to sort you out by email. But with that said, guys, Chris, anything to add before we shut down?
No. Well, just thanks everyone for coming on the webinar.
Yeah, thanks again, guys, and we'll shut off now, and we will be back in touch with email. So for those of you who are already in, we'll be in touch, of course, and for those of you who'd like to watch us do this again on a repeat, we'll be in touch by email when we're going to do that repeat. Thanks, guys, and thanks for attending. We'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.